Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Another week.
Another episode.
Cute.
Adorable.
Welcome to our season 1 finale.
Very exciting. Very exciting. So to give you guys just like a quick little rundown.
Yes.
We are planning to have 10 episodes per season, and then just take a 2-week break just so we can refocus.
Yes.
Replan.
And just get ahead of it.
Yeah, 100%.
Ahead of admin, ahead of everything.
But also so we can make sure that we're putting out good content that actually helps. So if you guys have any feedback relating to season 1, please let us know. Any constructive criticism.
We'd love to hear.
Any vibes, just send them through. Because we just want to know how you guys feel, where we can improve.
And we're still learning.
Yeah, 100%.
So we are open to any feedback.
Yes, definitely. So this is the last episode for the season, but we will be back in 2 weeks. Very exciting. Exciting.
We're both excited for this break, but also ready for the next season.
So excited for the next season. We've got such cool plans.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Goals. Yeah.
100%.
So how was your week? How did your tiny triumph go?
My week went well. It was a little bit of a crazy one, but that's okay.
Yeah.
My tiny triumph was content strategy planning and just planning, which went very well.
That's good.
Got a lot done this week. As you can hear, I'm still sick, which is very annoying. But we're getting better, one step at a time.
Yeah.
And then my tiny triumph for next week, or for the next 2 weeks, is full on running with scissors planning.
Yeah. Both of our goals, just get ahead of
everything.
bunch of stuff.
Planning and strategy planning, which very excited for. How was your week?
That went well. Can't complain.
Wow.
So elaborative. Anyway.
Good chats.
No, the week went well, but the next 2 weeks are really, we're zoning in for season 2. So we're both very excited for that. Lot of plans.
It's going to be cool, guys. It's going to be cool.
We thought we'd end off the season with a little Q&A reflecting back on just everything we've achieved so far, how it's going.
The first season of Running with Scissors.
I don't think you or I can actually believe it's one season, like 10 episodes done.
No, it feels like
crazy,
yesterday that we started planning just Running with Scissors in general. And here we are, one season in.
Crazy.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, technically it's only 10 weeks, right? It's a lot of planning beforehand. So it's 10 weeks of stuff that you've seen. Yeah, it doesn't feel
real.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. But I'm very proud of us. I think we did a great job so far.
Yeah, I think it's been really cool. It's been a lot of growth and it's been very rewarding. I'm excited because I feel like it's the base. And there's so many exciting things coming.
Exactly.
So I think we set a good base.
Yes,
and now let's just build on that something.
So excited.
Yeah.
Let's get into it. We asked you on socials, on our post and on our Instagram story to send us through some questions that you had that we could answer, and got a bunch of crazy cool questions.
Yeah.
So we're very excited just to chat and have a good girl chat.
100%. And thank you guys for sending these through.
Yeah.
So the first question is, what surprised you most about yourself this season?
Crazy. Okay.
Which is kind of cool. I think that's a really cool question.
That's a very cool question.
Reflect on. What surprised? Oh, Laurie, do you want to go first? What surprised you most about yourself this season?
That we actually did it. I think
I love that so much.
Before we started this podcast, well, me more than you, struggled to put yourself out there. In my business, it's fine, but on personal socials, doing OOTDs, doing those day in the life, that type of content was really scary to me. So obviously sitting in front of camera and just talking was quite scary.
Yeah.
But yeah, one thing leads to another, and we have had a bunch of OOTDs put up on TikTok and Instagram with lots of people watching it. So it's actually just cool that I had the confidence to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Builds up the confidence. That's
Yeah.
fair. Yeah, I think that's very true. And I'll be honest, like there were so many aspects of starting Running Whistles that was really appealing to me, and obviously this is not the goal behind it, but a few of the things that I was really excited about was like the fact that it was going to challenge me so much in certain aspects. And of course there's like so many things we want to achieve with it, but these were kind of just like the personal things that I wanted to challenge myself with, if that makes sense. Like putting yourself out there is a big one, especially like this Spotify, YouTube, like the big platforms type of thing. And you guys have just been like watching me or watching us sit on this couch and speak for hours, which is wild. That's weird, right?
Weird, yeah.
I think that's just really cool, like to think that we've put ourselves out there so much. And we've kind of got like so much more comfortable, like filming this compared to filming the first episode.
Oh my word. Yeah.
It's so funny.
It's so funny.
But yeah, that's really cool. Like reflecting back on that is like the confidence and the growth that came from that, but also the fact that we're not as scared to put ourselves out there.
No. And I'm not as scared to talk about the podcast as we were in the beginning.
Yeah.
Both of us. Didn't want to mention it to anyone.
Literally, I would mention it and I would be like, I know it's cringe.
Yeah, exactly. But now we can openly speak about it and like, you know, chat, and
I'm like very confident about it. Yeah, 100%.
Totally
yeah.
I think that's what we're most proud of. Oh, look at us go.
No, not most proud of, Laurie. What surprised you most? Yeah. So, question 2 is, what's one way you've changed since episode 1? Should I go first?
Yeah, go for it.
It was really cool for me to see the personal growth and development aspect, and I understand that sounds so cliche, gross. How vulnerable do I want to be right now? But I think it's fine. I'm just going to be vulnerable, whatever. I've always been someone who kind of like struggles with mental health, and it's been like a lot better over the past few years, and it's something that I've learned to manage, and I've got to know myself and like quite self-aware, etc., etc. But it's been really cool to see how Running Whistles has changed my perspective. I feel like everything we've spoken about in the past like 9 episodes it's like things everyone knows, right? It's basically just 2 people putting it into words. It's like a little reminder kind of thing. It's not like we're teaching you some new flippin', you know what I mean? We're basically just putting into words all these things that everyone already knows, basically. And even just speaking about these, and I mean, there's a lot of planning going into every episode, etc., etc. So we do speak about our topics quite extensively before we actually speak about them here. And then we speak about them quite extensively here. And I've also just seen how I actually like believe a lot of the things that I'm saying, which is really cool. Yeah, if that makes sense. The past like 10 weeks have been really cool. It's been hard, and I've been like super sick twice, and there's been so much going on. But through all of that, my mental health has been like there, where usually like during times like this, it would kind of like be here type of thing, you know? So there's been, it's like, it gives me a lot of purpose, which I love the purpose aspect of it. But I've definitely grown a lot in terms of actual confidence and actually believing the things that I'm saying on this podcast, which has kind of changed my perspective a lot, which I think is really cool.
Very cool.
Just the fact that the more you speak about these topics, the more you kind of believe them, if that makes sense.
I think I have to agree with you on that one. Like, I'm going to ride off your answer now. But it's true. It's like all these thoughts and opinions we have in our brain, but speaking them out with you and then to your audience, it's kind of like you either convince yourself or you just rationalize it, and you're like, oh, that's exactly what I needed to hear today.
Exactly. You're kind of just, like, you're just unpacking it.
Yes. It's like a free therapy session.
Exactly, 100%. But it's true, like, it's things we know. It's just like you deeply unpack it, you deeply unpack the cause, why we feel these ways, what is going on, how do you get better type of thing. We need you guys to know we don't have it figured out.
No.
And so, as you can see, like, the topics that we're talking about actually impact us a lot as well. But yeah, pro tip, if you want to believe these things, just speak to someone about it, like, extensively.
Chat it out.
It's weird.
No, that's very true.
But And I don't know, maybe it's like the thing of us trying to convince you, but I do believe like I can't be promoting something that I don't actually believe in.
Agree. Yeah.
And so I think there's an aspect of that in it as well. But it's just very interesting to me how my perspective has changed since starting this podcast type thing, you know.
I agree.
And the growth. Cool. Gross, you. Let's speak about something fun. Okay. Was there a moment you wanted to quit or felt stuck?
I think, well, okay, both of us, we didn't come to a point where we were like, okay, throwing it all in, you know, that's it. But there were definitely hard times where we kind of like doubted our decision. For me, it was more before we started. Like before we launched our first episode, there were definitely times where I was like, oh, maybe we should not be doing this right now.
I thought you were going to say the time that we were filming and Laurie's car got stolen.
Well...
Yeah, shame. We were recording an episode and as we went outside, Laurie's car was gone. So, I mean, and that was one of our first episodes.
It really did feel like a sign from the universe being like, not for you, babes. But we believe that it's just the devil working against us.
Exactly. But I do think, like, I wouldn't say the odds are against us, not at all. But, like, there are a few things that kind of make this hard.
100%, yeah.
So Laurie and I live like 70 kilometers away from each other. Yeah. So like, and 70 kilometers one way, okay, right? So it is kind of like the logistics around it, especially when your car gets stolen, whatever, to kind of like make it work.
Yeah.
But I feel like that hasn't really been difficult, except when your car got stolen. But other than that, it's been manageable.
Yeah, we figured it out.
It does, like, if we were living next door to each other, like that would make...
Yeah, so much easier.
So much easier.
Because this is like an entire day you kind of have to set out from both sides for it. Even if you just record, let's say, for an hour or 2 hours.
It's the traveling, it's the planning.
Takes much longer.
Yeah, 100%. And then I think for me, like, there's never been a moment that I wanted to quit at all. I'm like super excited about the goal and like the end goal that we have planned. But there's definitely been moments that have been tough. It's like editing through having COVID and in the middle of the night, just like, but
and editing out every cough and every straw sound.
Love it when Laurie brings a straw onto my couch. I'm just like, are you sure? Are you sure you can't drink your iced coffee without a straw? Yeah, it's rewarding. It's rewarding enough to like.
So no, we never wanted to quit, but there are definitely hard times.
There's definitely been some interesting times, yeah. And we do talk a lot of shit. So I need to edit out a lot of shit. Okay. Do you think running with scissors is making a difference?
Ooh.
This is an interesting question.
Yeah.
I feel like backhanded.
No.
No, I'm kidding.
No, it's very cool. At the beginning of the podcast, Danielle and I said that if this podcast is even just good for us to get our thoughts out, to keep us motivated, or if this podcast just helps one person, that's enough. That's all we want to achieve with it. And yeah, it's been really cool.
100%. It's been like really rewarding to kind of like see the feedback and see people like. And I mean, I know like our audience is quite small and like we're just starting out and it's still like a very baby podcast at this point in time. And that's okay. Yeah. I'm happy with that. But there has been like a handful of people come to us and say like, it's actually made a difference, which is really, really, really cool and so rewarding to even just know like, you know what, we made one person feel seen. And that's cool. I'm happy with that.
Exactly.
Or like my mama calling me, being like, that was actually a really good episode and you taught me a lot today. My heart. So cute.
No, I agree. It's cool to know that even if it's people, like some of the audience is people we know, people we love already, but they don't have to listen through every episode. They don't have to give us positive feedback, but they do, and it's just kind of like it's heartwarming knowing. And then there's also people who we don't know personally who have said, they listen every day, or they know this and this about us because we've said it in the podcast, and just cool to know.
Yeah, 100%.
There's actually someone on the other side listening.
Yeah, even if you're not planning, you love your job, you love your life, everything works out perfectly. If we can just add like a little thought or like a little something, encouragement, or like a perspective change or a mindset change, like that's enough. Happy with that. Okay, what episode was your favorite and why?
I think our why humans are cute episode. I
really
enjoyed, yeah. It's just nice, and I think about it every day. Like when things happen, I'm like, oh, that's actually so sweet.
It's adorable.
It's just adorable. Just changing his perspective of like everyday life, and that there can be beauty in every single
little
day.
Things. Yeah, 100%. I think for me, there's two.
Okay.
So I really like the episode of questions that we avoid.
Yes.
Because I feel like that's like a universal problem, which has changed my life the more that I try and implement it, type of thing.
Good.
And then the second one is the season of becoming. That was very healing for me.
Yeah, it was.
Like validating, to be like, actually, like you are okay.
Yeah.
Everything's gonna be fine.
Fine.
And it was just a good reminder that like it is a messy season.
Yes, and it's okay.
It's okay, and everything is gonna like work out, type thing. Which
That's
is so
a great
cute.
point. Yeah. No, I agree with that.
Alrighty. Okay, the next question is, how do you fit podcasting into your schedule? It's been an interesting one.
If you could answer this for us, we'd love to hear. I'm joking. From the beginning, both of us knew we had to set days out that we film and that we edit.
Yeah.
Because if we don't do that, then the days kind of just roll into each other. And we've been, there's weeks where we've changed that day, or we don't, film that week or whatever, because of schedules. But I think just subconsciously knowing we put 2 days out for running the scissors has helped us stay on top of it.
Yeah.
More or less.
Yeah, because it's not, and it sounds very intense that we put 2 days out per week for that, but it's more like we put out 2 mornings per week for that.
Exactly.
1 in person, 1 online type thing, right? We divided our responsibilities quite well. I know what I'm managing, she knows what she's managing. Yeah. We both kind of know, like, I'll get the shit done type of thing. It's not like we're chasing each other at any point in time or anything like that. So the dynamic works, at least. I get my shit done, she gets her shit done type thing. And then we know, like, we knew from the beginning we were committing to two mornings per week, basically.
And actually has helped, in my experience, like it's helped me plan out my week better, because now I only have a certain amount of time to work on my other business, or for personal life or whatever. So it kind of helps us keep structure, but it's definitely difficult, and it's like a balancing act sometimes. And we rely on each other even to remind each other of stuff. Like sometimes posting something just goes over my head, and then Dana's to say, just remember this, and she's done that a few times, but it really helps. I'm
not shitting on her at any point. I'm just reminding her.
No, it's not judgment. Like, that's why it works. It works. No, so it's definitely a balancing act, but we're managing.
I think the beauty of it is very much that thing of the more you have to do, the more you get done. And I love that. I love staying busy. Like, give me more things to do, because then I'll just do like double that type of thing. Where if I only have one thing to do, basically that's only happening in like 2 weeks type thing. So this has definitely motivated me more in terms of everything, like personal life, career-wise, etc., etc. But it's also fun to start something with your best friend, because now I see we have designated times per week.
We see each other a lot now.
We never really catch up. It's just like
the car ride from the train station to the home is like catch up time.
It's the quick little, what's actually going on in your life? I've seen you about 7 times, but like, you good?
No, that's true.
But yeah, it's fine, guys. It's fine.
Yeah, no, we manage.
Yeah. Okay, so the next question is, what is the hardest part of having a podcast?
I think that's everything that you don't see.
Yeah, everything you don't see.
This is the easy part, just talking
This
and
is the
having a
fun
good
part.
time, yeah.
So the hardest parts of having a podcast, I would say just like the first, like trying to figure out how the shit works.
That was definitely a hard part.
Like tech-wise, software-wise, equipment-wise, all of that. That is a big one. I mean, it has its perks. Like editing, for example, okay? Especially on the days where we talk a lot.
It's tough.
It has its moments. Sometimes it's really tough, and sometimes it's actually so fun, because then I'm like, I've worked on like a bunch of shitty contracts and stuff the whole day. I actually just want to work on something fun. And then like editing is fun. But then I have the days where we have 2 hours with footage.
For a 30-minute episode.
Exactly. And then I'm like, surely not. Surely not.
Yeah.
But other than that, random technology shit that pissed me off. But yes, that was the hardest part in the beginning. Other than that, it's not hard, it's just fun.
The hardest, yeah. Okay, next.
I think also just like trying to find, because we obviously want to have topics that actually add value.
Yeah, it is quite tough. And we don't want to speak on something that we
feel like we don't know everything about.
Or we haven't experienced.
Yeah.
Or we can't add value to the conversation because we don't know yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's just tough sometimes.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, funniest behind the scenes moment or tech fail. Tech fail.
I'm joking.
I mean, our behind the scenes moments are really funny. But I can't think of anything. Tech fails though. I mean,
the first big tech fail we had. Let's just quickly, blissfully, we were supposed to launch, I think in Feb.
We were supposed to launch a week after the week that we launched.
Yeah, so no, initially we were supposed to launch earlier.
Oh, yes.
But things just didn't plan out and whatever. So we decided on launch date. Okay, and kept kind of pushing it back due to a bunch of things. Anyway, that's not relevant.
Then we were going to launch on a specific day.
And a week before that date.
Yeah.
I'm blissfully unaware, having the time of my life. I think I went to the gym. Denal calls me. And it's like 6 a.m. or something.
Yeah, you're like mid-gym session.
I'm mid-gym session. And I'm like, why would you be calling me at 6 a.m? I'm like, weird. Don't answer. She messages me. She's like, we launched.
By accident. Okay, so basically what happened, right? And that's easy. That's an easy fail.
Yeah.
Oopsie, it uploaded, delete it. It's fine. No. My sisters are the sweetest humans, okay? So I didn't tell them that the podcast was not launching that day anymore. It was going to launch the week after. And so they get up for work at 5 o'clock in the morning and
Repost.
post, go to Spotify, go share it to their stories on Instagram. Everyone is like so excited. And I'm like, fuck. It wasn't supposed to launch.
Whoops.
And so I found out about 2 hours after, or like an hour after this thing posted, on my sister's Instagram story that we were live.
Yeah.
We had no marketing done.
Nothing.
We had literally nothing. We had the social media platform, but we didn't tell anyone when we were launching yet because we basically didn't even know yet.
Yeah. So it was still like in a circle, kind of this is the date, we haven't published it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's how that happened. And we just both said, you know what, let's ride the wave and
within 2 hours.
Just go through with it.
Or within like an hour,
we
created a YouTube channel, posted that video, firstly formatted that video and exported it, uploaded that video, created a link tree, posted a bunch of like content to start marketing the shit out of the podcast that already launched.
What a chaotic start. That should have actually anyway, as we said, the devil was working against us, but
I think it was also a good jump because I think like we were procrastinating because we were scared. And I think the Lord was also just like, come on, dude.
We need to get this going.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you. I think it was actually the best way because we were forced into it and we just had to push through.
It was so funny.
It was very funny afterwards. In that moment, we both were very stressed, but
yeah, you should have seen the beautiful words we were sending each other. I love how Laurie was like, yeah, we're live is all I said. It's not what I said. Kind of. Along the lines of.
No, anyway.
Which is really funny, but do you have a support system? My support system's great.
Yeah, what can we
love
say?
Them so much, yeah. And then other tech fails. I have 2 laptops. One decides that it's not listed to edit my content anymore. It's like 8 years old. It's saying, no, this is too big. So go over to the other one. Other one, SD card, port, broke. So now I'm trying to get back to this one. Okay, laptop decides to crash. Okay, there's 2 episodes with the content's on there. And every tech shop is telling me, sorry, this laptop's dead. It's dead. Finally got my lovely uncle to fix my computer for me. And I've got it alive. And it's still going strong.
Content was posted.
Everything worked out. We didn't need a refilm. Thank goodness. So yeah, laptops. No, thank you. And then my favorite one of all.
So we were filming an episode and we were having a lovely chat, like really got into it. Okay.
Super close to the end of that episode.
And sometimes with podcasts, like certain topics ignite a conversation between Danelle and I, and it's like we just go.
Yeah.
And then some conversations are a little bit harder for us to get going. But this was like a good conversation, and we literally on the last point, about to end of the episode, and the camera cuts. And just for some context, we do everything on our own. So it's Danelle's camera. We in a house.
Yeah.
We film, we edit, like everything, okay? Danelle was house sitting, so none of the stuff was here. It was somewhere else.
Yeah.
And the SD card is full. We had filmed so much that day that the SD card
was full.
And we had no backup. Lesson learned.
Also, no, see, firstly, my fault because I didn't take the previous episode off. I already posted that shit, but it was still on the SD card, okay? Because I like just making sure there's a backup somewhere for in case my laptop breaks, okay? So
we kind of weigh our options. We drive around for probably an hour.
No, before that, we weigh up our options. Are we going to the place where I'm house sitting, going to fetch my laptop so that we can download everything and then just finish? Or are we just going to go buy a new SD card? Another one.
So we realized we anyway need a new SD card, realistically. So let's first go buy.
It's the only thing we don't have 2 of. We have 2 to 3 of everything else, but not SD cards.
We drive around for about an hour. We could have fetched the laptop, come back, and finished filming in that time. But
I think we went to 10 shops, guys.
But we were like dedicated. Now we're getting an SD card. Like, screw the laptop.
We're too deep in now. 6 shops in, you can't be going on fetching a laptop, coming back.
Long story short, we did not get the SD card that day, and I did go home and we did refilm the end on another occasion. It was a day that I think both of us were like, wow.
No, 100%. It was like a half day. Shoot.
Yeah.
Got home at like 3 o'clock and we were both like, no. We'll finish this episode next week.
Yeah. Another stage, we're just gonna,
finish it up.
Choose our battles.
Which I know we're exposing ourselves.
It's okay. It's part of the journey.
It is.
Unfortunately, it is. Now it will never happen again. We have 2 SD cards. We have 4 battery packs. We're sorted,
guys. And I'm getting a new laptop next week.
So we're fine.
5.
Next question.
Does running with scissors make you happy?
Yes.
It does. Like, I mean, we've spoken about this in this episode a few times, but like, it's rewarding. It brings me a lot of joy. It brings me a lot of purpose.
Yeah.
It's fun to work on behind the scenes. And it's beautiful to see that it's actually making a difference for some people.
Exactly.
So
it brings us a lot of joy. And I also think it's like brings us a lot of joy because we enjoy speaking about stuff. We enjoy time together. And it's not so scary anymore for us.
Yes.
So we kind of just enjoy the process.
Yeah, 100%.
Take it as it comes.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. And then last question. What can we expect for the next season?
Ooh.
Guys, I'm going to try and not give away too much.
No, I think we won't spoil it.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it, guys. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
But I kind of like want to see it unfold slowly but surely. And I kind of want to like have everyone else also see it unfold.
I agree.
Instead of like telling you now what the plans are. But it's exciting. That I can promise you.
It's going to be very fun.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, we've got exciting things planned. But please, if you have any feedback regarding the podcast, any constructive criticism, any positive feedback, anything, please let us know, because we obviously want to improve as much as possible.
We're still learning,
We're
growing.
Very much still figuring it out. So if you have any advice or anything you think we can improve on, please let us know, or anything that you want to hear, or in the next season, like any topics that you want us to talk about, we would be happy to discuss. So yeah, please feel free to message us, to email us, to DM us, to comment, whatever it may be. Just let us know what you think, please.
I'm excited for the next season.
100%.
Bye.
Love you, bye.